I've got a bit of boob sweat.
Hey guys, it's Denham. How are we doing? It's quick tip time again. Today we are going through the punishment that is Nosehook impossibles, right? Now there's two different ways to do them. You can do them stationary or you can do them like rolling backwards as a 180, almost like a half cab if you will. We'll be focusing on the rolling 180 one today. Just because personally I think it's a bit easier, that bit of extra torque helps you really whip the foot around. So this is obviously a pre-pop or pre-ollie, I guess, impossible. Can be a bit awkward, a bit of a nightmare to get your head around, but let's have a go, see how we do. Couple of things first, smooth floor, bad, okay, bad. Square tail, good, alright. I would recommend learning these on concrete or on tarmac if you can do, because as we're pivoting in, as we try and sweep the foot through, if we're doing it on a smooth floor, it'll just slip away from you, so don't be afraid of getting on some tarmac, some concrete. And the square tail will help you wrap impossibles really nicely. It doesn't have to be on my board, right? The one with my name on is infinitely more horrible because it has my name on, but if you have a board with a square tail, that is going to help you, alright? So first of all, let's think foot position. So invariably we're starting a Nosehook impossible in a tail stop, alright? Now, back foot, really nice and solid on the tail. I like to have mine just so I can just see the last little bit of the tail there, okay? Front foot. This wants to come under the nose, and using our toes, that is what's going to lift the board so we can push that back foot through and make the rotation. Now, the hard bit is kind of priming the impossible a little bit. So as we're coming into our tail stop and getting that front foot underneath, we want to start lifting the front of the board before we push that back foot through. So we're almost balancing just on the tail here with our wheels off the floor. So as we turn in, this foot comes off and under the nose. We're lifting the board all the way through that part of the rotation. And as we're getting towards the end of the rotation, that's when we're pulling that front foot up and pushing the back foot through. Let's have a little look at these videos. We're going to break it down. I'll annotate everything, see if it makes a bit more sense. So we're rolling in at a moderate speed. I'm starting to wind my arms already for the rotation. Now in this frame, you can see how my front foot is coming underneath the nose of the board. My back foot is really solidly on the tail, pretty much covering up the whole thing. Now, once I'm getting through that rotation and priming the impossible, where I'm lifting the front of the board, you can see that my wheels are almost off the floor. Now, I'm pretty much all the way through that rotation once I start lifting that front foot up and through and pushing the back foot through the board. I'm starting quite compressed so I can get a bit of that, bit of height for that jump. Really compressing, pushing that back foot all the way through the board and wrapping it round and almost back to that starting position on the tail. It's almost a circular motion with that back foot. If you don't pull that back foot back into its original position almost, you're going to end up landing right up on the nose, and we want to get a good solid landing on the bolts to be able to roll away. So here's some key points to remember. We want to prime the impossible with that front foot as you're heading through the rotation. You want to push the back foot through the board, then try to bring it back into position so that you don't end up landing on the nose. And also jump forwards a little to help power that back foot through the board and to help you get a better landing.